Hi everyone, welcome back. Now we're talking about perpendicular lines, and unfortunately geometry is a little bit harder in this, but we have some basic facts that help us here. So the first one and the most important is that two lines are perpendicular if, and this is important, the product of their slopes is -1. So if you find the slope of both lines and multiply them together and you get -1, you got perpendicular lines. But we have a problem. Horizontal lines always have slope 0, and vertical lines are always undefined. But it turns out, if you draw them, it's obvious that a vertical line and a horizontal line are perpendicular, so we just define them to be perpendicular. So we're really concerned about finding when two non-vertical, non-horizontal lines are perpendicular. So I have this example here. So what we're going to do is we're going to solve each one for y, so we can put it into slope-intercept form and just compare the slopes and see what we get. So let's take the first one here. So we have 4y minus 5x equals 8. So we just want to solve this for y, so we're going to add 5x to both sides. These cancel, and we get 4y equals 8 plus 5x. Then we're going to divide both sides by 4. And we're going to get 8 over 4 plus 5 over 4x, and then the 8 over 4 simplifies to a 2. Now, we're going to compare this side by side, so now we're going to take this equation and solve it for y. So we have 5y plus 4x equals -15. So we're going to move the 4x to the other side, and we get that, so let's subtract it. And we get that 5y equals 15 minus 4x, and dividing both sides by 5, we get 15 over 5 minus 4 over 5x, and the 15 divided by 5 is 3, so we'll get 3 minus 4/5 x. So we're going to call this M1. We're going to call this slope M2. And so M1 times M2, well, this is going to be 5/4 times -4/5, and that certainly equals -1. So note this. So when you have two fractions that multiply to be -1, this is called the negative reciprocal. And so basically, the idea behind perpendicular lines is that their slopes are negative reciprocals of one another. You just flip them over. So the 5 and the 4 flip places here. So let's start with 5/4. So to find its negative reciprocal, you just flip it over 5/4, and you change the sign. And is that it? And the only thing you have to remember is if you have an integer, like 3, well, its negative reciprocal is, well, this is always thought of as 1 over 3, so this will be 1/3, and put a negative sign in it. So that's all you need to know about figuring out whether two lines are perpendicular or not. So next we're going to find a perpendicular lines given some certain information.